Hey dudes and dudettes, how you doing? I'm Sean, coming to you from the See the Lights Playground here in Dallas, Texas. Today is February 5th, 2026. This is going to be episode 47 from See the Light Sports, NHL, Detroit Red Wings update. Let's just jump right into it. Detroit was on the road at Salt Lake City, scoring off against Utah. Detroit coming off our impressive win the other night against Colorado. Folks, I'm going to skip right to it, man. Last night was the polar opposite of that game. We weren't engaged at all. We weren't in the game. We got spanked. This could have been 8-0, 10-0 game. That's how bad it was. And most of it was self-inflicted, but let's just jump right into it. Right off into the first period. Here we go. 57 seconds in, and this is the way the night started. On a sloppy heart around there by the netminder Gibson there, and DeBrincat a little bit soft, turned it over on the wall. Right there, 50 seconds goes right into DeRuzzi. Bam, 1-0, 57 seconds in. And about 7-8 minutes later, on the draw, you had Dylan Larkin get what, if you ever played, it's called a nut lifter. Wants the replay. It was a cheap shot. He got hit in the taint. He lost his cool. Took a retaliatory penalty there, and slashed the stick in half. I don't have any fault with that. I don't mind getting retaliatory penalties, but for something like that, get some paint, Larks. Come on, man. You broke a stick. You had opportunity to repay him in that same spot. That doesn't feel too good. But nonetheless, that was 2-0 at the end of the period. Heading into the second, here we go. Same as the other night. Zippo. They got nothing going on here, folks. Zippo. There was no scoring. But the highlight of this period here, folks, was the bout between Tanev and Hamonic. This was a good bout. I'm glad to see the refs let these guys go and let them square off. Both benches liked it. The crowd loved it. But anyway, Tanev, man, he made what I call the hat trick mistakes. First, he cheap shots from behind Hamonic. And then Hamonic goes and calls him out on it. That's 2. He starts chirping at him. And then 3, Tanev drops the mitts like bam, real quick. And then he squares off against a veteran, Hamonic, who had his jersey over his head in no time, was punching the lights out of the guy. It's you're getting your ass kicked when Hamonic is motioning for the ref to come over and step it up, break this up. It's what we call a blanket party. He had the jersey over the head and he was punching the lights out of him. Anyway, on the breakup, I started laughing because I could have sworn I saw punch marks on Tanev's head. But anyway, that was a highlight of this game, folks. For me, anyway. I just love seeing that. Anyway, seeing the guys go at it. But anyway, let's just move on into the third period. We go. It doesn't get any better for us, man. And and all of our goals here are mistakes. Turnover, sloppy play, whatever. They are all turnovers and all self-inflicted. But anyway, at the 4:40 mark, you had Guttner make it 3-0 there. And then the play goes on. Yeah, we get a power play. Larkin gets that goal back where Schmaltz was the guy that scored on that power play. By the way, I didn't mention it at the 8:11 mark. But Larkin got the goal back on the power play at the 15:52 mark, which ruined their shutout. But this game was over, folks. We just weren't in it. And then at the 17:42 mark, Keller got the empty netter. But that was it, man. The final from Salt Lake City, 4-1. Utah taking this one. So let's just move right along. Let's look at the action for last night. There was a lot of Eastern Conference play and results, so let's just run through them. You had Florida over Boston, Columbus over Chicago, Montreal over Winnipeg, Minnesota over Nashville, Colorado over San Jose, Dallas over St. Louis, Calgary over Edmonton. That was a pretty good game there, folks. Vegas over Vancouver, and Seattle over LA Kings. Let's just look at the schedules for tonight. We have got some games, and these are going to be this is going to be the last of the NHL games until after the Olympic breaks. But anyway, you're going to have Pittsburgh at Buffalo, Islanders at New Jersey Devils, Carolina at New York Rangers, Ottawa at Philadelphia, Nashville at Washington, Florida at Tampa Bay. This is going to be a good one, folks. Tune into that one. There's going to be some, the penalty boxes are going to be full on this one. And then LA Kings at Las Vegas, 10 p.m. Eastern. Man, that's way too late. But anyway, let's just move on. Our next game is February 26th against Ottawa after the Olympic break. But let's move on and look into the Western Eastern Conference wild card spot here, folks. Let me pull that up. So looking at these real quick, if you look at the Atlantic there, man, that loss there and Montreal winning, that they got the tiebreaker because they got the better percentage, but that put us down into the number 3 in the Atlantic, and that ain't looking too good for us, folks. We have and then you have Buffalo knocking at the back door in Boston. So 72, 72, 70, and 69 with Boston. You can't even count those guys out. But this is going to be super duper tight going on into the Olympic breaks for the NHL, shutting it down. So many players. It's going to be great action in Italy. But what I worry about here is the players getting banged up. Even our team. But if I was Todd McClellan, I'd have my whip out and my cattle prod, because there's you can't let up, man. Once these guys get back, let's hope they're all healthy. But this is the NHL, man. We got you're going to have a couple of days left of February, and then you have March and April. It's the home stretch of the NHL, so you already got a condensed schedule with the NHL. And players being banged up from the Olympics, so players being banged up, playing this condensed schedule. Hopefully they're healing up on this on the 3 weeks off. But anyway, that's it, man. That's you cannot let up. There cannot be any. You take games off like we did last night. It ain't gonna happen. The margin of error is way too narrow. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up real quick. I just want to say thanks for watching. Be nice and kind to each other. Remember to see the light. And I'll catch you on the next one here.